Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I'm your host, Tanya Lee, and you're listening to Spiritually Connected with Tanya Lee. Today, we have the beautiful and, oh my gosh, so vibrant spiritual healer and psychic medium, Debbie Squizzero. Oh, she's such a marvel. We were just chatting in the background. Oh my gosh, you guys, I can't wait for this one. Let me get on to her bio. Debbie Squizzero is a spiritual healer and a psychic medium with strong intuitive gifts. Debbie is dedicated to healing people one soul at a time. Isn't that lovely? By reconnecting with their deceased loved ones to provide guidance, clarity, and insight for past, present, or future issues. Debbie gives her clients the tools to empower and heal themselves, helping them to understand their life and their life purpose in the physical world in order to help them move forward and ultimately grow, expand their thinking while attending this place called Earth School. Oh, I love that. Debbie, please welcome Debbie. Woohoo!
Hi, Tanya. How are you?
I'm so excited to have you on.
I am so excited to be a guest today. I thank you so much. Thank you. I've been looking forward to this.
Me too. Oh, it just feels like you just bring, I know you bring the same energy I do. I just can see how this is going to go off the rails tons of times, and I can't wait.
Love it. I feel it too.
So, Debbie, we have one thing in common. I'm already going off the sidetracking. We have one person in common, Mr. TJ himself, playing in the background for both of us as our mentor. So for those of you that don't know, that's Thomas John, the famous psychic medium, seatbelt psychic medium, whatever he wants to go by.
He's amazing.
He
amazing.
is. He is.
He inspires me so much as a psychic medium. He's inspired me, inspired my work. Absolutely. Oh my gosh. I love that.
Love that. Love that. All right. So let's get more in depth about you. I want to hear, how did this journey start? I heard it start with a grandma like mine. So tell me all about it. I want to hear everything. Tell me.
Okay. I always feel like my story is so many baby steps that lead up to this crazy, I feel like, and we all have, as like a psychic medium, we all have a similar or kind of the same path or story. So for me, it started when I was about 6 and I would go to sleep at night and I would say to my mother, Mom, close my closet door. People come out of my closet. And she would say to me, Debbie, what are you talking about? Like, she thought I was crazy. and Tanya, they would look like, they would look like, when you do a ghost hunter show and they would just look like those beautiful floaty Now, you're 6. So, you're scared to death. And I should also say I was a very vivid dreamer. I still am. I dreamt of my dead people. They would come and visit me. So these floaty figures would come out. Little did I know, my mother could close the closet door, but they're ethereal. So they're just going to come right through the closet door. But, it just gave me peace of mind to say, Mom, close the closet door, And so I now know, and like those are beautiful deceased loving souls, and they would just come to us because we're just love and having this gift. And I didn't realize that at the time. And so that was like when I was 6. And then as life rolls on, I noticed, like I always felt like somebody was with me, somebody was watching me. I also felt different than other people in my family. I was always known as the one like, what do we do with this kid? She's always crying. She's highly sensitive. She's overly emotional. What do we do with her? And I always, when I tell that part, I always like to say, here's my best example. There's that story called Charlotte's Web. I don't know if you remember it. Okay. And at the end, Charlotte dies. I must have been 8 or 10 when I watched it. I, as like an empath, we're so heightened in this work. I could feel that those baby spiders were not going to have a mother. And I was hysterically crying. And my mom was trying to say to me, but Debbie, this is not real. I'm like, but you don't understand, Mom. I'm like, they're not going to have a mom. I have a mother. And that's when I knew. I was like, oh my gosh, what is the deal, So anyway, so going on like through my teen years, people would come to me. Either I would know things, sense things. People would come to me and tell me their deepest, darkest secrets and issues. And I'd be like, okay, like I was so caught off guard. And then they would say to me, but you give the best advice. Now, little did I know, and as you know, the advice is channeled from a higher power. We just didn't know it at the time because we didn't know what was going on, right? So I'm just like, okay. Then I get into and in my 20s, this is the funniest part. So I'm in my 20s. I would go see this tarot card reader all the time. I loved her. And she was, oh my God, she was awesome. And she would tell me, now I didn't understand this in my 20s because I didn't understand what's going on. She would always say to me, Debbie, I love your energy. I'd be like, well, I don't know. What am I, like, extra plugged in today? I didn't understand what that meant. And then she would say to me, and you know what, Debbie, you're going to do this work. And I was like, you are so full of crap. I'm not doing this work. I'm in my 20s. Like, I come here, you tell me all about my life. This is great. Like, never in a million years, right? Then we rolled to my 30s, early 30s. And I was going through a really emotional, hard time in life. And at work, some of the girls there knew that I was really drawn to like tarot and card readers. And so one of the girls said to me at work, you should go and see this angel reader. And I was like, oh, okay, so that's really different. Like, I'm not used to that. I'm between such a rock and a hard place. Let me go. Well, this woman was the one that really changed my life because she told me what was going on. So she said to me, listen, do you see things and hear things? And I'm like, ooh, I'm like, yeah, shh. I go, I just talk about that with my mother. We don't talk about that. I just talk about that with my mom, right? So then from there, she explained to me that like both grandmothers on both sides of the family have this intuitive thread, but it's stronger on my mom's side of the family. And when my mom, just like you, Tanya, I loved how we talked about this, and we both have, it's both mom's side, grandmother. I just love that. And it wasn't until after she passed, it was like all these astrology books and dream books. I didn't realize the depth in which she was like into it. And then from that woman, I said to her, well, listen, if I have this ability, and that lady in my 20s told me like I was doing something with this, right? So I'm starting to put the pieces together. I'm like, I want to help people. I just felt like this, I want to help. So I studied with her for a long time. And then I got myself another like local mentor. And I worked 2 jobs for about 10 years. So I've been a special education teacher for early childhood for 22 years, but for 10 of those years, I've done both. So I worked my psychic mediumship business and I taught. And so I read for like just friends and family forever out of my house. Cause that's safe. That's just a safe, like like I had said to you, I said to Spirit, listen, because this work is a huge, not even a big, I feel like it's a huge responsibility, this work. So when you're going to take this on, I was like, okay, Spirit, we're going to make a contract. So like I'm signing on the dotted line. So listen, if we're going to do this, like if I'm all in and we're doing, because we have to help people, and that's like my bottom line. And they have not made me look back. So I just feel so blessed. It was a series of baby steps where I finally was like a gradual release where I just started reading for 2 people a month and then like 4 people a month. And then it just, Spirit just sent me the most beautiful people, and the more grateful and the more gratitude I had. And we all have those times where we, as psychics and mediums, we get to those crossroads where we go, I don't know. And then they send you like this beautiful client that's like, you know what, you connected me with so-and-so. I'm like, okay, I'm on the right track. This makes my soul feel good. It makes me feel happy. Like I'm living on my purpose, and it makes me feel good. So that's how I got here. It's so crazy, but that's how I got here. That's my journey. It's so crazy.
I think it's amazing. I love all of our parallels. I do.
Oh,
There's so many of them. So
yes.
many. Can you tell me, do you have a favorite client that you can recall?
I would say instead of favorite, well, I will say favorite, yes, because I just loved their energy. I will say like the client that it was a husband and wife actually that stood out to me the most. When you can help somebody on a level that you can bring them peace. So as soon, we read energy. So as soon as I went out to the waiting room, I had this husband and wife, and we know by doing this work, men are not as open. So I'm always like, yeah, let me see. But I just loved their energy. I'm like, I don't know, there's something about them. So they come to my office, they sit down. I explain to them first. I always call it Spirit School 101, especially if I have a male with me, because they're just not as open, or they just are not as aware. So I feel like once I make them aware, and that's also part of my mission. I always say, part of my mission of doing this work is to teach, because when we teach, we empower. And I want them to know that during their time with me, I can connect you with your loved one or give you guidance, but I want to give you the tools to know that you can do this every day. So there's this husband and wife, and I started reading for them after we talked about Spirit School 101. And all of a sudden, I just kept feeling this younger male energy. And I looked at the husband and I said, I'm so sorry. I go, but I believe I have your son. And he's like, my son is on the other side. So their son came through. When I tell you, like, it was nobody's business, like he used me as the channel. And it was my favorite because he came through with this evidence that just blew me away. The tone, the way he made me sit, the way he made me like just my voice, and the things he said that were just, I mean, and this kid left no stone unturned. He mentioned every person in this reading, talked about his sister, talked about his girlfriend, he hit every base. And, you know, as the channel, that was just so empowering and so healing, and so much gratitude. So I have to say, they were like, if I had to pick a favorite, they are my favorite, just because I love their energy. Their son came through so strong. It was like the epitome of mediumship and psychic mediumship, because there were other things that came through too, like on a psychic level for them as well. And oh my God, they just touched my heart. It was just, oh, you know, when you just connect with a client on an energetic level like that way, and they're always like not far from my thoughts. I know that's not healthy sometimes, but it just was such a beautiful connection. And with their son, it was, yeah, always in my mind, always.
I love that. Oh, that was weird. Spirit's coming in. There's a lot of energy here. I love that. So I think, I mean, I've done quite a few interviews with psychics now, and I think everybody has a favorite, and they're very similar stories. It's not, again, like you said, it's not necessarily the favorite client of all time kind of thing, but it's one that stands out the most. And I love that when you can channel when they bring it, Spirit brings it. It's just phenomenal. I have a Jane person that does that. She still comes back to me a lot. And just embodiment of everything that there is, because like you said, males are skeptics. And for me, it's like, bring on the skeptic. Love it. Bring it. Right. And so I love that I love that. I love that story. I love everything about it. Woo.
And can I tell you one other crazy thing? So I always ask people how they find me, you know, like, are you because I've been word of mouth for so many years. So, but I also have, you can also find me on Google. So this one lady, I said to her, you take the cake for how you found me. So she said to me, so I was on Google because I love restaurants, and I was reading a restaurant review, and she said to me, and you know how people, she goes, when you read somebody's review, all the reviews that anything they've ever reviewed comes up. She goes, so I was drawn away from the restaurant review to how she talked about you, and that's how I found your site. And I went, oh my God, is that not crazy?
Oh my gosh, that's the best. Okay, so Spirit was playing with, like, helping her out right there. Like, you know.
Crazy. I said to her, you win the prize for all these years. I've never had a referral like that, ever.
Right? Oh, that's the best, when you can get to your business of being, and mine's strictly referral to my social media person. She's always on my case about get more likes, get all this, and I'm going, I don't need that. Like, and it's not ego. That's not what I mean by that. But it's going, like, I have a stream of people that come back, and then you have clients that keep coming back, and
yes,
I think that's a testament into itself. That
absolutely.
You know, I have people. So I want to hear some of your favorite ones that come back. How many times have people said you saved my life?
Oh, many.
Right?
Or how many people, this just happened to me Friday night. I was out at a restaurant. The way I do my private session is a little funky and unique. And Spirit, we've and it was funny, my very, very first mentor, like after I studied with the lady from the angel cards, I had a male man after that, and this is probably about 12 years ago. And he said, you and spirit will develop the way you are supposed to read.
Yes.
So part of when I do a private session is before somebody comes to see me, I do the automatic writing and I channel a whole paper about them. You do that too? I love it. Oh my
Yes.
God.
See?
And my clients keep those papers.
Yes.
They keep their yes. And so I was at a restaurant Friday night and this woman came up to me and she's like, I have to tell you. She goes, I came for a reading. She was like across the other side and she saw me. It was just so funny. Don't you feel like sometimes I feel like a little mini celebrity? Thanks.
Yes.
And she just said to me, she goes, I have to tell you. She goes, I know you don't remember me, but she goes, everything that you said on that paper for me came true. And she was trying to have a baby is what she had to refresh my memory. Cause I call it psychic medium brain when we do this work. Like, like you're so have you noticed that, Tanya, that like has your short-term memory like been like
gone?
Okay. Oh my God, that's what I call it psychic medium brain. Like,
yeah.
But yes, but people, yes, they say that so many, and I just feel so grateful and so blessed and so honored to say I serve spirit. I really do all the time. It's such a blessing.
I'm with you 100%. Every morning I'm grateful for what we get to do, to be honest. And this is another medium for me because I get to connect with more psychics, which even lights me up even more, and share how we do it and how we're not perfect with everybody else, how we go through our moments and how we do have favorites and how we do have not so good days, bad days, all, and how we love like we send us love too. If you want to come up to us in a restaurant and tell us or show us the picture or the reading, I have a purple pad of paper that I write on. It's purple. And I actually got this from a dear friend of mine, Tara. Shout out to you, my love. Tara started doing it, and we're both blonde, and we're going to these psychic fairs way back when, and Tara was using purple paper. I asked her, I'm like, okay, I'm totally treading and I'm gonna copy you. And she's like, I think it was only a couple years in. She's like, yes, go for it. And so ever since then, it's been 15 years and I've had purple pads of paper. And for anybody else that wants to do that, go for it too.
There's a local psychic medium here in Rhode Island where I am, where for years he calls it his purple papers. Same thing. Yeah, that's awesome. I love it.
People, I did a demonstration a couple years ago, and one lady pulls out this purple piece of paper. She's like, "You read for me 8 years ago." Oh my gosh! And she's showing like the only person it meant anything to, this purple piece of paper, was me and her. It was brilliant. Well, and those people that also knew my inner circle and stuff like that as well, but brilliant.
Yes. To know that you could help somebody on that level. I try to explain to people like that feeling. I told them, I said, it's like this immense love and peace and gratitude. And I said, I can't put it into words. It's just this beautiful, amazing feeling. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
It really is. So when you were like, 20 years old and going to university for school, did you think you're going to be a medium? I laugh. I'm not being mean, but
no, that's so funny. You should say that, because one of the things I say all the time, it's actually on my webpage. I always say, so listen, nobody grows up saying, I'd like to be a psychic medium. Where do you go to school?
Nope.
Like, I had no idea. I changed careers so many times. I was going to be like into fashion. I was going to be fashion merchandising. Then I was going to be a speech therapist. Then I ended up in teaching for 22 years, and so, yeah, like, no, and there is no school. Like, I feel like now more than ever, this work is more mainstream, more accepted. There are more people like us that can guide people who are opening up all of a sudden and are having these experiences where we had them like so many years ago. I feel like, it's so different to see, because I remember there was nothing when I was opening up. I remember going on the Arthur Finley site Arthur Findlay College on the site to go, okay, can I take something online? Somebody needs to tell me, like, besides my local mentors, like, what is going on, you know? And I just feel like now it's more mainstream than ever to find help and social media. And it's just a really beautiful, I love how we all can support one another in this work. I think it's just so beautiful. We all have something different to offer. And I think it's great.
I couldn't agree more. And so I also have a coaching school, right? And so I'm always telling them in my coaching students, I'm always saying there's no such thing as competition. No. Everybody brings the people are going to be interested in you. You attract your tribe, all this kind of stuff. And so do you also teach, Debbie? Do you teach classes too?
I do. I just started teaching. I did a workshop last week. I absolutely loved it. I taught workshop on oracle cards. Ooh. I am like a closet oracle card junkie. I always say, if there was like, Oracle Cards Anonymous, I'd be there. They're all over my house. Like, I get up, there's 4 decks, you roll down to my kitchen, I got a basket. I mean, you too. Yeah, I've got like a storage thing filled, right?
I love it.
Oh my gosh. So I've been teaching that, but I'd like to get into other people have been asking me to teach other things. So I'm really going as part of my long-term goals and things that I have in the works. That's one of the things that I have in the works. So either mediumship mentoring or other workshops. People have asked me to teach other things. And I'm like, absolutely, I would love to. So yes. Yeah.
So for anybody that wants to get in this, she's a teacher by trade, guys. So it just comes naturally to, as soon as you hopped on with me, I was like, oh my gosh, why isn't she teaching this? Because you're such a teacher. And I actually didn't know she was a teacher to begin with, guys. So I just loved her energy. I'm like, we have to have her on the show. She has to be here. Love this. So you are open to teaching more. Yes.
Absolutely. Yes.
I love that. So you guys really hit Debbie up. Website, Debbie, what's your website?
Just my name, actually, www.debbie, Debbie, Squizzero, SQUIZZERO.com. DebbieSquizzero.com is my website.
And are you on Instagram, Facebook?
I'm on Instagram under Debbie Squizzero Medium, and then I'm on Facebook as Debbie Squizzero Psychic Medium. Instagram would not allow me enough letters to put Psychic Medium, so I had to just close it up to Medium. So
I went through the same thing as you. I feel you with Instagram, feeling ya.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Our names are just too long. That's all.
Yes. Yes.
See, you have to marry a Jones. I'm marrying a Smith.
I know. That would really work for me. After all these years with this long Italian last name.
Yeah, but we don't want to lose the Italian heritage because you're so much fun and you just it's so much fun working with. So what do you have coming? So maybe classes in the new year. What else do you have on the go? What are you busy with? I know you're busy with readings. But.
I'm very busy. Despite COVID, I am very busy I'm doing online readings. I am doing in-office readings for people who are okay with that. I am doing small group socially distanced readings as well for people who are okay with that. I have lined up a couple of online Zoom events with other psychic mediums. One is in November, one is in December. And I'm doing a couple of Facebook Lives with some other psychic mediums as well. So that's some other stuff I have in the works that I'm excited to do. So teaching, Facebook Live, some online Zoom events with the group readings. So yeah.
Well, you know what? I have a question for you. So I met you through Maria.
Yes.
And Maria was just on the show a couple weeks ago. And so would you be open to doing the 3 of us doing a live? And
oh my God, the energy would be amazing. Oh my gosh. Yes, and yes. Oh my God, the energy would be crazy good.
Let's do it. We're gonna hook this up, you guys. It'll be a couple of months. I can just feel the energy now. I think it would be great. It's calling to me, so I'm hearing your spirit bringing it. And I think we should sell tickets.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh.
It's so much fun. Okay. We could just keep talking forever,
I know.
and I really want to. So tell me what your favorite model. So I'm a closet oracle person as well. I have, I live part-time in Australia. I have about 30 decks there. My poor fiance just doesn't know why I have so many. And then I'm back in Canada, and I have about, I had about 30 decks here. And then since I've been back with COVID, I thought I just didn't have them anymore. And then the ones that are in Australia have to get replaced here. So I probably have about 65 here. Just a few.
Just a few.
A few. And so what's your favorite deck right now?
Oh, my favorite deck. Okay. This is a hard question because I have a few of them. I bought Yasmin Boland's Moonology deck.
I have that. I just bought it like 2 months ago. Yes.
That's my new favorite deck. I have it on my island in the kitchen, so I'm constantly doing that. And I also love, I noticed in your pictures, you have the John Holland deck.
For sure.
Yep, the purple one. I can't remember what that one is, the purple card. And then I have the green, like, relationship deck of his. Those are two of my other, like, go-to favorite decks for Oracle cards. And then for the Tarot, oh my God, it's, I can see it and I'm having a blank now. Oh my gosh, it'll come to me. But it's like I love the Tarot because the Tarot is just like, just give it to me. Like, no fluff, give it to me.
Yep, exactly. So I have, do you know what, the Jane that I had mentioned before, actually I've never told anybody this. The Jane I had mentioned before, I told one person, she gifted me her tarot deck after she passed. So I had actually never met Jane. And I'm writing some chronicles on it because it's an amazing story. And she gifted me, it's not the Rider-Waite deck, but it is, I'm drawing a blank too, but it's the Mystical Tarot deck. It's a black deck, and it's absolutely, I don't bring it out all the time because people get a little bit, tarot's a little bit more, straight in your face. The Death card, the Tower, all that kind of stuff. But I love it, and I love the energy because it's her energy that's in it. It's just amazing. The Rider-Waite deck, we have, I think every tarot person has that. And John Holland, my two are the purple, which is the Psychic Tarot, and the Heart deck as well. And my new little favorite is, again, the Moonology, just like yourself, for sure.
Yes, I love it. Yes, it's so different than your typical angel deck, or your, it's different, or you're even different than your John Holland deck. Yep. So and she puts all these different I'm learning all about the moon phases and all this, I knew some, but I'm like, I'm getting another whole learning with this.
Yes, I love that. Right? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so would you be open to doing a couple readings or intuitive?
Sure. Yes. Yeah. I would love to. Absolutely. Yes.
I love this. So just full disclosure to you guys, I always ask the psychic, when I send them an email, just inviting them onto the show, I always say, if you are feeling up to it, or if it's your thing, would you be open to an intuitive hit? All I ever give people is just a first name of somebody. It's usually from my inner circle group program. So you'll have to get on that in order to get in here. But that's what I do. If they don't feel called to do that, I don't hold anybody to that. Having said that, Debbie's all in, so let's give her.
Let's do it.
Let's go with the flow. So again, just super short, just a little bit intuitive hit that you might get from it. So let's start with Jan, Jan.
Jan, okay. She's very upbeat and bubbly kind of girl is what I get. And what I want her to do is she's holding on to something. She's either holding on or regretting something, and I want her to let it go. I should tell you that spirit makes me sing. So that's why I always go, here's my microphone. Set me free, why don't you, babe? So I want her to set that free. She's going through this transformation, and I feel like I'm walking through mud with her because she won't just let go. And I want to say to her, listen, Take the lessons, take the love. You are worthy. You can do it. Whatever story somebody told you, let go of it, and you are ready to fly. I believe I can fly. She can fly. This is about her trusting herself, and she can do it. Go, go, go. Oh, she can. So that's what that's about. Like, I feel like I get anxiety with her when anytime I want to go forward, I go, oh, no, I can't. And I go, no, 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 you can, you can, you can. So it's all about her worthiness and stepping into that. And with everything I get, with career, with relationship, with everything in her life, you know, that's what I got. Oh, I wish her the best with all of that. She can do it.
I love that. Spot on. Spot on. That's perfect. Mr. Anthony.
Anthony, okay. Oh, I feel very like I got to be all together, or things have to be particular. Thank you. I have to be very particular. And I feel like I'm a little private and a little guarded about what I say. I don't always show everybody everything. And I don't know why, but I don't know if this is somebody with him on the other side, but I was just shown bowling. So ask him if there's either like a grandfather or somebody in the family that like did, because I was like, oh, like I felt really proud when I was bowling, but sometimes that happens. Like, so I feel like he's really plugged into a grandfather over there. But and this grandfather also is showing me like he's really good with tools in his hands as well. So I feel like he's just really strong with him. But I also feel like Anthony's name also is like a namesake, or somebody like in the family has got this name with him. And he, let me see, where's he going? I got to tell you, I have somebody who's laboring my breathing from him. So he has a strong either father, grandfather figure on the other side. I'm smoking cigarettes. Yeah. Woo. So somebody who's really, when that happens to me, they're really guiding him here. He has a lot of responsibility that's put on him here, is what I'm seeing. And there's some family stuff that's really frustrating for him right now. And people sometimes put a lot on him, and they take, like, I feel for him, because people think because he's just so independent, like he can handle it all. Like nobody ever checks in with Anthony to say like, listen, you know, I got a lot going on. I might not say it, but I got a lot going on. And so I feel like they keep throwing him things because he shows himself one way to the world, but he's another person when he's not in front of people. He's a very different, sensitive and very in touch with himself, but he shows himself very independent and all together and to the world. So people think this is who he is. And so he's struggling with, he's got to put those boundaries down. He's struggling with the giving and the people pleasing and the whole, I feel bad for him. That's his whole, like, boundaries with him. And when Spirit puts a bathtub in front of me, he needs to do something for himself. He's been doing, that's relaxation. Yeah. So he's doing things for everybody else, because this is just his heart. He has a tremendously big heart, I feel, with him. And so this family thing, though, is a lot of pressure, though, for him, and I feel for him. But he's being tested, I feel like. Where are his boundaries? When is enough is enough? You got to fight for your right. I say not to party, but to speak your truth. He's got to fight for it, to speak his truth, you know, because he doesn't want to hurt anybody. He's a love. Oh my gosh. He just doesn't want to hurt people's feelings. But this is where his journey is leading him with this, I feel like, this give and take for him. And he wishes that his family would check in with him a little bit more about what goes on in his life, because they kind of just take for granted, because he on the outside shows, and there's a lot of frustration going on for him right now. I feel for him. And this is where I go, don't shoot the messenger, but I got like April of 2021. So as he keeps rolling, I see it's going to get smoother. I'm at the ironing board, so smoother. And I get out of the rough seas and into the more calm seas. So, and there's something, I don't know what he does for work, but there's something that's going to switch or change around January for his work. Yep. He's got beautiful, like this energy around him with a tweak. A change is going to be a quality of life change for him. This is good. He's got to embrace it. He's got to embrace it. But this is positive for him. Positive. So, and he will be supplied for. Like he gets afraid about abundance, and I just get, he will be, if he follows his heart, he'll be good. He will be supplied, like whether it be people, places, ideas, like things fall into my lap right now. I can feel them in terms of jobs. So he's not going to have to go looking for it. So
I
This
love
treading water is with him, it's going to subside starting around December going into the new year. Yeah.
freaking love that. That was absolutely perfect. He needed to hear that. I can't wait for him to hear that. It is, and the bath actually makes way more sense. And I won't go into any more detail because I don't want to ruin for everybody else. But yes, the bath, exactly. He needs a couple of more things regarding the bath. I love that.
Okay.
Career was impactful, so impactful, and goes in alignment with us. I could just tell you all about it, but
I love it.
I'll leave it. We will definitely always update you and let you know what they say as well. So
Please do. Yes.
that's the fun part. Carrying on, Miss Daphne. She is a lovely soul. That's all I'll say.
Okay. Oh, she is. She's just as sweet as can be. Kind, sweet, to a fault sometimes. Oh my gosh. She's a little naive for me sometimes too. And in such a good way. Like she reminds me of me sometimes like that. I'm just like, oh, you're really gonna take advantage of me? I didn't know. You know? Let me see what I get coming up for her. Poor thing. On her journey, I guess she's a lot of times she can be kind of as sweet as she is. She's got this stubborn side to her, which spirit shows me. You can tell me all you want, but listen, I'm going to continue to take that round peg and stick it in the square hole because I will tell you when I'm done. Nobody else is going to tell me when I'm done. And she's got some other, I always say when I move my Italian hands, I get some energy moves. And I got something about entrepreneur with her. So like it's a blessed change, entrepreneur. She's got somebody, either her guides or somebody, I got like file cabinet, they're getting her organized. This is like, I feel like that she's definitely in touch with her gut, like with what she feels. So she just, another one, just embrace it. Like she's afraid, like I'm afraid to go forward. And I just want to say to her, when you, I feel like they're just waiting for you to say it. When you give them the green light, Spirit's going to be like opportunity, people, places, like you just need to give us, we're holding back. We're waiting for you to give us the green light. You give us the green light and ready, set, go. So she's got more, you know what? She's got a lot more to offer than what she thinks she has. She's got a skill set that she doesn't see herself as other people see her. That's what I'm going to say. She's a very bright light, and she doesn't see that light the way other people. And that's part of her journey here, is to step into her light and step into her greatness. She doesn't realize it yet. It's coming for her.
Yes, perfect.
Yeah.
I can tell her that as I'm her psychic medium. I can tell her that, but it's even more impactful when it comes from another psychic.
Somebody else. Yes, and the other thing I get is a lot of ideas and creativity for her that's coming up that she needs to take full advantage of.
Good.
Yeah. Yes. I know, it's so funny when it comes from somebody else. It's so true, Tanya. It's so true.
Right? And entrepreneurship, she is one step in, two steps out, one step in, two steps. And I could just see her potential. And it's just like, you just want to rattle her. And I'm telling her story. I shouldn't, but I'm going to anyway. Because I love this. And this is going to resonate for her so much.
Oh, good. Good.
Love that.
Yeah, I want to sing to her ABBA, Take a Chance on Me. Like, I'm going to go take a chance. I mean, there'll be some obstacles and challenges, but it's part of her learning, and it's going to be for her highest and best. You know that. It's for her highest and best in the end.
I'm gonna go one more with her and say relationship. Will she have one?
She needs to know her worth first, and she needs to fall in love with herself first. That's the first thing I got for her. And yes, she will find it, but the sooner she invests in herself and loves herself, I got to break out Whitney Houston, learning to love yourself. Yes, is the greatest gift of all. She is learning worthiness through relationship, and not just romantic relationship, but also through like career and family relationship as well. But she's very frustrated with romance. I hear you, girlfriend. I'm on her page, but it's because the lesson keeps repeating because she needs to do what she needs to do. And part of that is stop being a victim. She has to stop being a victim, and she has to step into her true Like, I am a high value woman. She doesn't see herself yet as that. I got to step into high value. And as soon as she steps into that high value woman, because she thinks she is, I get that. Because all of a sudden I heard Spirit go, no, but she thinks she is. I go, I know. But then we keep having this pattern of all these frogs and the prince doesn't come. So we have to know that we got to do more work. I know Earth School is this is where I always say, well, welcome to Earth School, because this is the hardest school your soul will ever attend. We're given all these tests we didn't know we had to study for, all these pop quizzes we didn't know were coming our way, and here we are. So I see that when she's ready, there will be a real, like, I see Tall, Dark, Handsome, and he's funny. He's funny, and he is very laid back, and he's funny. And he has a good job, like, professionally. He will be her equal, and it will be of appreciation, but she's got to take care of her stuff. He's not coming to, I just heard, he's not coming to save her. She's going to be saving herself first, because she's lovely.
She is. I love that you said that, because that is important to hear. Good. Oh man, you're just on fire today. Ready for
I think it's your energy. Like, I think we're just off. There's so much energy. It feels so awesome. Sure, I'll do another one. I love it.
We should just continue all day long. No problem. Okay. This is near and dear to my heart. And she takes, I'll just say her name is Vicky.
Vicky. Okay. When you said her name, and before you said it, I got something with a necklace with her, or a heart and a necklace.
Yeah. You know what? She has given me, oh, I love this. I'll say no more, but there is something with it. Yes.
Oh, okay. Precious. And it's funny because you girls, when I feel the soul bond, you feel like sisters.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much more than a friendship. I don't know if it's a friendship, but it just feels much deeper. Like, it's like I call you like soul sisters, or, just very deep. And, did you say her name was Vicky?
Yes.
Okay. And, she's like super creative. And is she into all of this as well? 'Cause, like, I guess she's
from her point of view. So I'm going to give a little bit away. She runs a shop in Manville called Shine. So she is around it, gives us all, I met her years ago, and this girl gives. She doesn't think she's psychic.
Oh, she's very gifted and doesn't know it. And I'm sure you've told her that 100 times, but she is. And I see her connected to the Virgin Mary a lot. I don't know what religion, or you don't have to be of a certain religion, but I just keep seeing Mother Mary, and I feel she's very connected to Mother Mary. I just do. I feel as though she's got it. Like, it's so funny. I see you like putting her out on the diving board. Like, listen, I'm going to push you into that deep end, and you're either going to sink or swim, but I know you're going to swim.
Yes.
So yeah, it's, oh my gosh, because she has such a deep love for all. She's so attracted to all of this. I don't think she knows her own potential yet. And I see that she's got a lot of emotional healing to do. I get that too. She's got emotional stuff to do. But I love that she has this shop. She's right where she needs to be. There's more for her, but she has to believe in herself. Does she do cards herself, though, for herself?
I think for herself she does, yes.
Because I feel like I'm doing like guidance for myself. But she's like, could be versed in, I almost feel like she has like the thread in the family too of stuff. Like, I don't know if it's a grandmother or mother for her, but there's somebody there, and I don't know if she connects with an L first name of somebody who's crossed over, or here, or a Lucille, but I keep getting a big L for somebody. And she is just, I want her to just dive in, and she's more psychic than she gives herself credit for. She is. This shop is like just like step one. It's so funny. It's like she embraces everybody else, but I need her to embrace who she is with her stuff. And things for her are going to change as well in the spring, in terms of, I don't know what she's doing with her shop, either in terms of her teaching classes or deciding to teach a class, because I feel like that's where she needs to go. So even if it's 3 people in front of her or 3 people on a Zoom, I feel like that's where she needs to go. And they show me that either her line of stock or whatever she has in the store is either going to change or ship for the better. I don't know if this is like new vendors or I don't know, but it's good. And there's something with candles as well. I don't know if she does something with candles, but I keep getting this connection with candles. So yeah, just good stuff for her. Positive expectations is what Spirit says. It's a time right now for her between now and December to be honest with herself and honor her true feelings about, instead of pushing them down. And you are a very big advocate for her to help her.
Mm-hmm.
She trusts you totally. She trusts you. She does. You girls feel like sisters to me. It's a very, very close bond. And I need to ask you, to somebody on her side, maybe it's you, I don't know, somebody keeps giving me the birthday cake. So I have to acknowledge somebody's birthday.
I'm not sure. I'll have to think about that, or I'll have to ask her.
Yeah, and usually for me, it's the month I'm in, the one before, the one after. What I was like, oh, look, here's this nice cake. Here you go.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah, birthday cake.
That's perfect. Oh my gosh, that was so spot on, so amazing. Oh, Debbie. Okay, you know what? I gotta tell you, are you open to doing one more? Just one more. Just one more.
Yeah. Why not? We're rolling.
This one is, again, very special to me. Her name is Angel.
Oh, Angel! Oh my gosh! Of course! Oh my gosh! Okay. Right now she's all about needing to have faith. Talk about Angel and faith. I'm all about faith. I'm all about believe. I feel as though there is a grandmother on the other side for her that is very instrumental, had a strong faith somehow when she was here for her. I also get somebody else on the other side for her who is, she's funny. Like, she has no filter. Like, when she was here, she would just say whatever it is she wanted to say, like, no holding back. Like, I'm just like gonna just tell you the way it is. This woman is funny, right? Oh my gosh. And it came from a place of love. Like, listen, I love you, so I'm going to tell you because nobody else is going to tell you, but I don't tell you to be mean. I tell you because I love you. But it's somebody that's almost like I'm going to go, oh no, that's an inside thought. We don't always have that come out of our mouth. But she's a great woman. She's a love. Oh, I love her partner who she's with. There's a lot of love. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of love between us. And she is, I want to use the word embarking. I wouldn't use that word. So she's like going through a transformation, embarking, like really, like she's just, okay, so this, I don't know if that's a grandmother or whoever, but she's very strong. She's bossing me around. I love it. She's like, tell her this, tell her this. So she's like saying like, listen, like she's just getting started on like a new journey, and she needs to, there are going to be some obstacles and challenges, but you know, she's here, Angel's here to learn to speak her truth. She's here to own her power, step into it. Like, she doesn't always want it, like it's here for me, and she doesn't always say it. And so I am getting like that from this, whoever this, either mother, grandmother, I don't know who this lady is. She is funny. And she is just saying to me about like, this is what part of what she's here to do is about to own her truth and step into it and speak her truth, because what happens is she keeps everything here, and then she just gets so frustrated and resentful because she's just like, oh, but I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. And this is where I will say to Spirit, give me the words to talk to this person or say what I need to say to this person, because they never fail me. They always give me the words. But she is definitely, and I don't know if she has a dog in spirit or if she has a dog now or both, but there's like this tie to like special bond with animals with her as well. She's got the biggest heart ever. She's also my giver too. Oh my gosh. And she's a healer. I get that she's a healer as well. So does she do Reiki at all or anything, energy work at all, or into crystals?
She doesn't think she does Reiki, but she has healing hands.
She does, because I feel heat coming from my hands.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all about somebody who's a healer for me. Absolutely. Even if it's just healing themselves, but I just feel as though that is, and her, this woman, she's so funny. She's all about helping her to be bold. And I don't know who, but I also got a sewing machine going on the other side and some crossword puzzles. So whoever that belongs to, that person is stepping forward. And they're also knowing that she's got a lot going on in her mind right now. And it's all about what's the priority. This is what I get. I'm getting like, she's going to just figure out what's the priority, like tunnel vision, and do that first, because she gets easy, because she's an empath. So she gets easily overwhelmed. And so, and the other thing, it's all about too, I want her to exercise or meditate, or she's my other person, like she's got to move energy, and spirits show me she's trying to do something with her diet or food, or get on the right track with something with that, which is absolutely for her highest and best good. So she's absolutely going. And did she move, or is just about to move? Or when they give me a U-Haul truck, we're like moving or thinking about moving too.
Wants to move.
Yeah, it's in the works, so it's out there. I get it will happen within the next year. It will. It's going to happen. She's going to put it out there. Mariah Carey, make it happen. So yeah, it will happen for her, because I feel like she put it out there. It's definitely going to happen. So for sure.
I agree. That's spot on. I love it. And the dog thing. Oof, she's going to love that. Love that. So that is so perfect. Okay. We'll just keep going.
I love that I can help your people.
Right? They're going to love that too. You know what? This is why I have my inner circle. This is why it's my people. It's my peeps. It's, it's why, because then you get to give them extra love. That's what I love about it. All the fun and all the great things coming their way. It's even better. Okay. So how can people get a hold of you?
Oh, absolutely. They can get a hold of me through my website at www.debbie, Squizzero, SQUIZZERO.com. I'm also on Instagram under Debbie Squizzero Medium, and on Facebook, Debbie Squizzero Psychic Medium. So.
Perfect. I love it. Of course, we'll have the links below. Don't worry about that. We got you taken care of in case you missed it. Debbie, thank you so much for being on here.
Tanya, just thank you. I'm so grateful. This was wonderful. I love your energy. I love what you're about. It was my honor. Thank you. Mm-hmm. I thank you so much. It was wonderful. So much fun.
It was so much fun. We're coming back to check in with you again in maybe a month, 2 months, 3 months, for sure.
I would absolutely love that. Love it. And then you can tell me where your people are. I want to know where your people are.
Yes. Done. I love it. All right. Thank you so much. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you all very, very soon.